G'day guys, so I figured I've had this in the shed long enough now. It's been I don't know, maybe 2 months, so with isolation and quarantine and everything as it is at the moment, it's a perfect time to unbox this thing and see what's in here and how hard it is to put together. So look, this looks like the base, the cord, get rid of that, the prop, ooh yeah, flip that off, pliers to do it. Sexual. This little box, a bit more packing. Oh yeah, the receiver. Stabilizing leg, gas strut, strap and some bolts, adapter cable, something to the transducer, network link, sticker, and that looks like a prop nut. There. Now all that's left to do is put this thing together and find out exactly how easy it is. So we need to open up the mount. So without the motor on it, it has a little safety latch down the front here, which we need to push that at the same time as pushing the cable to free it. So that's that little latch there. So next, we need to install the cable management clips onto the side here. So there's 2 of them, 2 M4 Allen head bolts and 2 M4 binding barrels. So with the binding barrel, I found I can't hold onto it with my fingers, so I just got some long nose pliers to get it positioned in there. We have the cable management clip, sit that on there, 4mm Allen bolt, it will be tight because it has that little bit of glue on there to hold it in position, the blue stuff, so it will be tight once you get it in there. So once this is fully tightened, you should still be able to move it. So that's the first one on, we'll put the second one on. So it gets tight as soon as you get to that glue, you should still be able to move them. So they need to sit running this way obviously for the cable to run along to the head of the unit. So now I want to close the mount back up, same as before, that little toggle in there, the safety. So lift the safety, pull the cord, and it'll just close over. Watch your fingers. Now I'll attach the motor to the mount, so I'll sit this up on the front of the boat just to hold it up. So now we need to align the keyways on the mount to the keyways on the motor. Foot pedal on the deck. And you got keyways in the back of the motor here. So sit them straight on top of the mount like so. Lower lower it into position. Gravity's holding us there. Now we need to drop our bolts in here. These big bolts. Just nip them up for now. So before you tighten these two screws, just make sure that the motor has activated safety clip and releases, so that's all good. Now these two need to be tightened up to 19 Newton meters. Now I want to secure the cable in the cable management clips, which just simply pushes in like so. That's actually a pretty good grip. It says you can use additional cable ties, but I'm not sure that it's necessary. So that's in. Now all that's left, mount the trolling motor to the boat. So we'll pull this up and work out where we're going to put it on the boat. So things to consider when mounting this to the front of your boat. You want the shaft to end up over the center of the boat as much as possible. Things that I also want to consider, I don't want too much of the bracket hanging out either side of the front of my boat. And I also don't want the head of the trolling motor taking over too much of the deck of my boat once the trolling motor is stowed. Mark your holes. I'm using a permanent texter. I'm choosing the inside holes because they're easier for me to get to than the outside ones. I'm going to do 6. The trolling motor comes with mounting bolts, spacers and big washers for the inside, as well as nylock nuts. So make sure you drill a hole with enough clearance, obviously, to get around that screw, but you don't want it to be super loose. So make sure underneath here you don't have any cables, anything else that you don't want to drill under. So I just check under here. I have a bit of framework which is possibly going to get in my way, but that's not too bad. The screws are pretty long, so I'll go through that. But a really solid plate on my boat. So I'm going to go through with a pilot drill first, a bit smaller, to make sure that I don't go too far away where I need to be with the main drill. Now this drill is bigger, slightly bigger than my bolt. Run it through next. Just make sure my bolt fits through my holes nice and easily. It's pretty good, not too loose. Just a nice fit. Now sit the trolling motor back up here and drop some bolts in. So before you mount it down, make sure you put the stow strap between the second and third set of holes, and you want it to have the Velcro side down so that you can use it. So obviously the best way really is to put it on in position. So now you know when you bolt it down it's going to be right. So it comes with some rubber spacers. They're not necessary, but the front of my boat has a slight angle towards the front and there's a tiny little gap. So I'm going to put these two just in between the base mount and top of my boat on these two front screws, just to keep it nice and level. Big washer for the underside, nylock nut, screwdriver on the top, ratchet for underneath. Get in there and do this up. Start it first. Now it's time to fit the gas assist strut. So you can see on here it says this end up, which is already the part that's out of the cylinder. So now start with attaching this in between these mounts in the bottom here. You have a Phillips head screw and then the binding barrel two like that. So one of them and two washers per each end of the cylinder. Sit this in there. Washer either side. Then the small nut with the blue on the other side. Now you need two Phillips head screwdrivers, one for each side. Tighten that up. Just going to raise the trolley motor now until you get this mount somewhere where you can easily fit that bracket. Same as you did with the bottom. Bolt, washer, gas strut, another washer for the other side. Should hold itself there now. Put your little bolt in the other side. Do them up. That's it for your gas strut. Now for the stabilizer rod. So this is to hold the trolley motor nice and secure, stop it from bouncing up and down when the trolley motor is stowed. There's a threaded end and a non-threaded end. Sit it next to the mount, and then 20mm above the top of this thread, mark it so that you can cut it off. So if you're going to put it in the vise like I have, I would put the end that you're not going to use in the vise, that way you don't end up with any scratch marks on it. So I'm going to put the rubber stopper on the end. You just cut, push that on, and you got your nylon nut, spin it all the way on. Then you'll have to lift the trolley motor up. Put your rod in there. Spin it all the way in. Stow your trolley motor. So it's stowed. Hear it click, it's locked. So you want to have it set so your trolley motor is fairly firm. Spin that lock nut up. So make sure you want to have it so that the trolley motor is locked in. You'll hear the click before this is firm on my deck. So listen. There you go. It still goes down. It's firm. It's not going to move. It's locked in. Tighten up this nut. Snip that up. Don't have to be super tight, just firm. So trying to fit the prop now. Take off this little plastic cap that just protects the thread. You see you've got the drive pin here. You have a slot in the center of the prop. Make sure that they're aligned. You should feel it when it gets onto it. And you'll notice when you spin the prop that the shaft in the center moves. Washer. Nut. So this prop nut needs to be down to 13 Newton meters. There you go. It's done up nicely in there. Not too tight. So now it's time to install the trolley motor compass. It's important that this is 60 centimeters to 2 feet away from anything that's going to interfere with it, anything electronic. So this is as far away as I can get from my trolley motor, way over here. Now, has a little directional arrow on the front. This needs to be in parallel with your boat. So it's very important that that is facing the same way as the keel of your boat. Now, I'm going to mount this straight through my deck. So I need to get a drill big enough for the plug, and the cable's going to go straight through. If you don't want to go straight through your deck, the cable can sit flat and come out the side of the compass like so. But we're going to go straight through the deck, so we won't do that. So for marking this, use the compass as a template. Make sure that that is parallel with your hull, with your keel. Mark that there like so. Using a 3mm drill. Make sure again, there's nothing underneath there that you're going to drill into, no cables. So I need a hole for my plug, and it is roughly just off to the side, just slightly behind that last hole. Plug's going to fit. Perfect. So now I want to fit the O-ring inside the back of the compass. Slide it over my cable. Drop my cable through my hole. You want to fit the O-ring. Just slide it around till it lines up. Press it to fit. Feel that nice seal. Screw it down. So the Ghost trolling motor is in, mounted, straight from the box to the boat. Didn't take very long at all. So stay tuned guys, the next video that I'll be putting up on my YouTube channel about the Ghost will be the connection between my live units, how to set up the voltages on the foot pedal, also how to tune in the TMR remote, and depending on time I'll also run through how to install your software update, etc. for the Ghost trolling motor. Thanks for watching guys. Well guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you want to find out what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis, just jump on any one of my other social media pages. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm constantly putting up a couple of videos a week now to keep you guys entertained. Otherwise, this has been Dean Silvester, Fishing My Way.